My past bachelor's degree in transportation design. Send resume to attention, Gelly Bay. At 4950 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90010.
Dipped into the 70s last night. Feels like winter has arrived in SoCal. Better turn off that AC. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morocco. Number 5.
Gift a day giveaway. Get cookware, luggage, speakers, a chip and dip every day, Monday through Friday until December 21st, when you earn 500 points on your rewards card.
Number 4.
New Year's Eve white party. Bringing the new year right, all dressed up in white. Book your room now.
3.
Click Black, live December 18th. Get your tickets today.
And the number 2.
A wall of TVs at sidelines, big screens at the gaming pits, and everywhere else you eat, stay, and play means you won't miss a play.
And the number 1 reason.
Authentic Asian recipes aren't the only things that thrill at Moses. Check out our massive big screen there, too.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Hi, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh with another relationship hack. Start every evening by saying something positive to your significant other. It's called priming, influencing your partner's mindset when they finish work and enter the psychological compartment of couple life. Instead of complaining about your day, always begin with some good news or a compliment and deliver it with a smile. You'll be amazed at what you start to come home to.
Dr. Wendy Walsh.
KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. That's my Sunday. Just another manic Monday.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to another Manic Monday. Here's what's just ahead on your wake-up call. The LA County Health Department says it's working with agencies around the world on how to handle the Omicron variant of COVID-19. The Beverly Hills Police Department says it's increasing patrols in a neighborhood where anti-Semitic flyers were found in plastic bags. And USC has hired Oklahoma's Lincoln Riley to be its next football coach. 535, we've done this every year for the past couple of years. Highlight this organization called Reefs across America. And it's a day to honor those who have served our country with a coordinated wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, as well as 3,000 additional locations across the United States. And you guys out there, actually, the Wake Up Call listeners, have gotten involved. And I want to be able to do this again, so I'm going to tell you how you can get involved and what makes this year particularly special in just a few minutes. And speaking of ways to get involved, it is time for the 11th annual Kfi Pastathon, and because of you, Chef Bruno's charity now provides over 25,000 meals to kids in need every single week across Southern California. Here's how you can help. You can donate at pastathon.com, and 100% of your donation, every single penny, goes to Katerina's Club. Or you can stop into any Smart & Final store in California, Arizona, and Nevada. I mean, you're shopping for the holidays anyway, right? Donate $10 or more at checkout to provide 14 meals to kids, courtesy of Barilla Pasta. Drop pasta and sauce donations, any brand, any variety, doesn't matter, at the Anaheim White House from now through December 4th, every single day, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You don't even need to leave your car. They've got volunteers on site that'll just, you can pop your trunk, they will collect your donations, and off you go. You can find another pasta and sauce drop-off location near you at pastathon.com. And this is the only live broadcast that we're doing this year. Tim Conway Jr. will be broadcasting live on Giving Tuesday, November 30th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Anaheim White House. Again, this is 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Giving Tuesday tomorrow at the Anaheim White House. But I may not be broadcasting live, because honestly, I don't think anybody wanted to get up early enough to set up for me. So, I'm doing Instagram Live. Again, this is Wednesday. This coming Wednesday from 5 to 6. Go now to JJLKFI on Instagram. I'm going to do the whole show live. So you will get to see how the sausage is made. We have plenty of special guests who will be popping in on that feed. So you're finally going to get to see what Nick Paleocchini looks like. Rich DeMiro will be on there this morning. Not that you already don't know how pretty he is. But we will have some other surprises for you as well. So again, that's Wednesday morning, wake-up call, 5 to 6 a.m., broadcasting live on Instagram. JJLKFI is where you can follow me. Right now, let's say good morning to ABC's Aaron Katursky. Oh, we have been waiting for the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell. She, of course, is the confidant of the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who hanged himself in his cell. And it finally starts today, Aaron, and I want to go over with you what are some of the things that we should look for in this trial. And finally, I don't know if you would call them bombshells, but I think a lot of people are wondering who's going to be nervous as this trial goes on.
Well, I don't think any of the bold-faced names are going to be testifying, Jen, or even make much of an appearance that have been associated with Maxwell and Epstein. They, princes to presidents, but they may come up tangentially. The focus is really on the minor victims who say that Ghislaine Maxwell befriended them, took them shopping, eventually got undressed in front of them, and sort of normalized sexual behavior before turning them over for Jeffrey Epstein's deviant pleasure. And that's the substance of the case. So who should be nervous? Ghislaine Maxwell. She could spend decades in prison. But it's not going to necessarily be an easy road because the defense contends that Maxwell is only being tried since Epstein died by suicide as something of a proxy. And they're also going to challenge the accuser's accounts, question whether they're out for money, talk about their own sexual histories and substance abuse issues. It's going to be a difficult case.
I would think, though, that even if they do have rather storied sexual histories or a history of drug abuse or substance abuse, whatever the case may be, if all of their stories are the same about what they went through or what they saw with Ghislaine Maxwell, that in and of itself, setting that pattern up, would be good for then the prosecution.
Oh, I think that's right, and the women have stories to tell. And, if they tell them, and if prosecutors back them up with, receipts and travel records and all that, as they're expected to do, it may be, a tough road for the defense. It's not an open and shut case by any means, but prosecutors are confident that the accusers have these compelling stories to tell.
And I'm wondering, is it, I can't imagine what the position would be like where somebody who was abused by these two to come forward, tell their story so incredibly publicly. Would you need that justice in your life? Would you need that, or would you want to put this all behind you? I bet many of the girls are torn, or women now, are torn in how they feel about this case.
I think that's partly right, but as the ones that we've heard from have said, this is their only chance at justice. With Epstein gone and not able to stand trial, even if Maxwell is something of a proxy, they say that, look, this is their last best shot at any form of justice. So she's on trial. This is what they want to do. They've secured the testimony of 3 women, and they hope that it's a narrowly tailored enough case that they can just stay focused on these women and what happened to them when they were as young as 14 years old.
I think I'm surprised it's just 3 women.
Well, it's 3 minors. There's a 4th woman who's going to testify as a witness, and then and that's the case. So on one hand, it may not be terribly satisfying if you were hoping for the full scope of the Epstein affair, but it may well be enough to convict Ghislaine Maxwell.
All right, Aaron, we'll be watching this one because it's a tough one to watch because you feel so badly for these girls. On the other hand, I think most people want to see justice served, so it definitely will be one that we'll all be watching. Thank you so much.
For sure. Thanks, Ed.
See you later. ABC's Aaron Katursky. Can you imagine that not only were you abused, you were procured, this is all allegedly procured by Ghislaine Maxwell for Jeffrey Epstein to do with you what he or, the alleged buddies wanted you to do in exchange for trips and gifts and clothes and whatever else. That's when you were a kid, and you now have to tell your story. And the only way for you to get justice is to tell your story, but to relive the horrors that you went through Man, that's those women now, those young women, they have got to be strong to put that out there. Get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Internal documents show that Facebook is still having problems detecting and moderating hate speech and misinformation in Myanmar. 3 years ago, a report found Facebook was being used to foment division and incite offline violence in the Southeast Asian country. Documents provided to the SEC by Facebook whistleblower Francis Haugen show things have not changed. And ski resorts in the Northeast have reopened with fewer COVID-19 restrictions. Skiers have returned to the slopes in Wachusett? I believe so. Wachusett, Massachusetts. Go with me on that.
It's what we live for around here. We're so excited.
Carolyn Simpson, co-owner of the Wachusett Ski Resort, says that visitors love outdoor fire pits and heated walkways. That's the best part. Just go be a ski bunny and enjoy. Great, we come back. We've done this every year for the past couple of years. Highlight the organization Reefs Across America. We'll tell you exactly what it is, who it honors, and how you can get involved in just a second. Now we've got problems on the 91.
As you're making your way into the Corona area, out of Riverside, westbound side around McKinley, getting reports of some very large rolls of cable that are in the two left lanes. Definitely see some heavy delays for you first thing this morning as you come away from Riverside and leaving La Sierra. Heading toward McKinley, it looks decent until you get to the 15, and then through Corona, going to be a rough ride for you as you continue past Green River. It looks like you've also got an earlier problem right around Maple or 6 on the westbound side of the 91. That's been cleared to the right shoulder. Got a problem for you in the, looks like a problem continuing for you in Placentia. Northbound side of the 57 at Chapman Avenue. It's all northbound lanes that are shut down due to a wreck. That's packed and tight for you now. From before the 91, as you come away from Lincoln, and ongoing problems for you in Long Beach. 710 south at the 405. All lanes are shut down. You're being diverted onto the 405 north and south. Plan for the 405 south because that'll get you reconnected with the 710. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Wealth is about more than making money. It's about making the most of life's possibilities. At Edelman Financial Engines, we believe that's key to taking your wealth potential to the next level. That's why we model over 38,000 investments across 17 asset classes monthly, so your strategy is current and focused on the goals ahead. That's why we don't use cookie-cutter strategies, but a comprehensive, tax-smart, cost-effective, and personalized approach to wealth planning. That's why our advice is powered by a sophisticated investment management approach that's been awarded 12 U.S. patents. And that's why our experts help coordinate every facet of your financial life. Wealth planning, investment management, estate planning, insurance, and more. For more ways to take your wealth potential to a new level, call Edelman Financial Engines and schedule a free, no-obligation meeting with an advisor today. Reach us at 833-PLAN-EFE or visit planefe.com.
SoCal weather from KFI, sunny and warm. We're a little warmer than we are normally this time of year. So highs at the coast will be in the mid to upper 60s. Looks like we'll be in the mid 70s to right around 80 for Metro LA and OC. Low to mid 80s for the valleys and the IE. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPARTS. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Get here for the Ford Black Friday Sell-a-thon and get 0% for 60 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on the 2021 Ford Escape, Edge, Explorer, and the rugged Ford Ranger. And don't forget America's best-selling truck, the 2021 Ford F-150. Get it for 0% for 60 months plus $2,500 bonus cash. Don't miss the Ford Black Friday Sell-a-thon.
Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit. 0% APR financing for 60 months. S1667 per month for $1,000 finance. Example, 0% down. Offers valid 11/26 through 11/30. See dealer for details.
California has millions of homes that could be damaged in a strong earthquake, and earthquakes are inevitable in the Golden State. An older home is especially vulnerable to earthquake damage, so you may need to take steps to strengthen it and help reduce the chance of damage. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com to learn about better protecting your home from earthquake damage. The work may cost less than you think and can often be completed in a few days. You've worked hard to get a home. Now's the time to protect it. Get prepared today so you can worry less tomorrow. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com.
At City, Injury, call Jacob and Molly. Call Jacob.
Kfi and Smart and Final are teaming up for this year's Pastathon. Head into any Smart and Final to donate right at the register. Kfi AM 640. More stimulating talk.
You had a wonderful holiday with your family and friends and gobbled till you wobbled. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. People going into businesses in LA will have to show proof of full vaccination against COVID-19 as enforcement of Safe Pass LA goes into effect today. The LA County Sheriff's Department says 4 men have been arrested in connection with that smash and grab Friday night at a Home Depot in Lakewood. A man's been killed, but 3 other people got out unhurt when a massive tree fell on a house in Encino. And actor Matthew McConaughey says, nope, I don't want to run for governor just now. After months of publicly flirting with the idea. Does that mean that maybe later? We'll see. All right, now I want to highlight an organization that we have for the past couple of years that I think is such a special idea. It's an organization that honors those who have served our country. And I'm going to let Karen is it Karen? Will you pronounce your last name for me? I'm going to butcher it.
Worcester.
Worcester, see? I knew I was going to butcher it. Karen Worcester, who's the co-founder and executive director of Reefs across America. Karen, good morning and welcome to Wake Up Call. I love your organization.
Thanks, and thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Let people know what Reefs Across America actually is.
Reefs Across America is a 501c3 with a mission to remember the fallen, honor those that serve, but most importantly, to teach the younger generation the cost and the value of freedom. And we do that in part by placing wreaths on veterans' graves during the holiday season. And it started simply as a family gesture to say thank you back in 1992, which we did for many years. We got permission to take about 5,000 wreaths to Arlington National Cemetery just to say thank you from our family. In 2005, a photographer took a picture, went viral on the Pentagon website, and lo and behold, people all over the country just swarmed to us to ask if they could be part of this mission. And so by 2007, we became a 501c3. We've learned so much from the Goldstaff families and the veterans that just how important the message is, and just what a perfect connection it is to place a wreath and say your name, and teach a child the courage and character of the people who we honor.
You know, oftentimes it's Memorial Day, that one day of the year when people stop and think about it, but it's not throughout the rest of the year oftentimes that our fallen heroes are honored. And in this case, you honored them in December. Why specifically did you decide you wanted to do it then?
Well, it happened in December for the family because we were in the holiday wreath business and had been for many years, and we had a surplus of wreaths, and we just wanted to do something meaningful with them. And my husband, being very patriotic, wanted to say thank you, and then he got permission to take those wreaths to Arlington. But you're certainly right that we should remember, honor, and teach every day. And Reefs Across America carries out that mission with our content. And shout out to partners like Penn Fed Credit Union, who has helped us throughout the year with that content for media and helping us get the stories out. To teach the next generation the value and cost of freedom, we do it through the stories of courage and character of the men and women that serve. And if you go to reefsacrossamerica.org, you can read those stories, you can see how to get involved. Or if you go to our web pages, or if you go to our Facebook pages, you can see those stories as well. We put great amount of attention on telling those stories because that's the best way to teach the next generation about those who serve and about our freedom.
Okay, so for somebody who's maybe driving right now, can you tell them a little bit about how they can get involved, or if they can't log on to the website at this moment?
Well, kind of, I don't have a dial-in. I wish I did. I could do one right now. But if you do have opportunity to go to reefsacrossamerica.org, you can find that we're in 3,000 locations all over the country now. And there is opportunity for people to sponsor a reef. There's also opportunity to volunteer to go in and place a wreath on December 18th. And again, to share stories, reach out to your community and be supportive of veterans year round, because there's always an opportunity to show kids through our own service to others what's important about the character of the American people.
And I think that's what's so neat. I know one year, I think I sponsored 5 wreaths, and those are going to veterans that I don't know. Those were put on the grave of somebody that I never met, and there was something so incredibly meaningful just knowing that in that one click of the mouse, I was honoring 5 different people who honored me with their service. Like, it was just a really beautiful feeling when I hit purchase or whatever it was. I don't know, there was just something about it that thought, that's what it's all about.
Well, it's absolutely true. And if somebody's looking for a perfect gift for the holiday, to actually sponsor a wreath, $15, like I said, will sponsor a wreath. But you can do it in honor of a family or a child or somebody that you haven't gotten that gift for, and we'll send a card along saying that you've done so, but then they have the perfect gift of remembrance and the opportunity to teach, encourage them to go into the community. And you mentioned that you sponsored a wreath for somebody you didn't know, but so much of our growth is in local communities. We're not just at national cemeteries. We're everywhere that a veteran is buried. And just the act of going out in the cemeteries together, placing a wreath and saying the names. We always ask that you say the name because we believe a person dies twice. The first time when their heart stops beating and life leaves their body, but the final time is when their name is spoken for the very last time. And so as we go out on December 18th, we're hoping with the help of everybody to place about 2.3 million wreaths and raise the names, say the names of 2.3 million American heroes. So we can teach our children about those that stepped up. But most importantly, we need to teach our children about why step up. And I recently was able to interview Roger Donlin, who was the first Medal of Honor recipient for the Vietnam War. And I asked him what is the most important part of the message that I had the opportunity to share. And he told me that we need to teach our kids to love our country. And the best way to do that is through the courage and character of the men and women that serve. So Reefs Across America affords people that opportunity to connect not only with those that serve, but connect with others in their community and just reach out and pull us together as a country.
Oh, and boy, do we need it. Thank you so much, Karen, for your time this morning, and thank you again for your organization. It had such a, you know what I love? It had such a pure start. You guys had this excess of reads, wanting to do something meaningful with them, and look at what it's blown up into now. It's awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, see you later. Again, you can go to Reefs Across America. $15 sponsors a wreath, and that's it. And you know what? She's absolutely right. There's always that one family member that you don't know what to get. It's Uncle Tony. And you don't know what Uncle Tony wants. Uncle Tony's 85 years old, but Uncle Tony is a veteran. And you're like, hey, what can I do for Uncle Tony? It would be probably the most meaningful thing in the world. Not that weird pair of socks that you were going to get him. Or that tie. When's the last time Uncle Tony was 85 wore a tie? Get him a wreath. Or a couple of wreaths. To honor him. How cool is that, right? I love stuff like that. That's what I try and get some of my cousins and stuff. We will do something charitable instead. Especially now that we're all getting older. They don't need to come up with some weird, I don't know, random gift that's always very weird, and you wonder, why did they think of me that way? Why, when they saw that gift, did they think of me? It creates more awkwardness than good. Just go online, do something like this. reefsacrossamerica.com. All right, let me get you back to some of the stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Researchers are working on producing potatoes that can withstand warmer temperatures because of climate change. Potatoes. The researchers at the University of Maine say potatoes don't do well in flooding or wet conditions. And predictions for climate change include heavier rain there. So they want to produce varieties that are resistant to the change. That's pretty cool. Any idea what Merriam-Webster picked as the word of the year? Let's see. So I'm going to give you a second here to guess. It's a word that's use has increased, its usage has increased by about 600% since 2020. So, okay, there's your second hint. It is COVID related, obviously. Not COVID. There's your third hint. Let's see. It's a word that is not a new word. It's a word that has been around, I don't even know, 100 years. The word is vaccine. Vaccine is the word of the year. And searches for that word in the Merriam-Webster dictionary have increased 600% since 2020. Vaccine. All right, I want to go over with you, again, the U.S. Postal Service wants to remind you how to make sure your packages arrive by Christmas. The USPS says the busiest time of the holiday shipping season begins 2 weeks before Christmas until the week of December 13th through the 18th. That's actually the busiest. So essentially right now, if you were to go to the post office, it's going to be busy. But if you wait till the 13th through the 18th, that's when it's going to be super busy. Now, just because you hit a shipping deadline that is set by the USPS, they say, hey, we can't promise you that it's going to be, but these are the deadlines that they're giving. The USPS recommends shipping your holiday cards and gifts for Christmas by December 15th using ground service. And if you want the packages delivered and the cards delivered by December 25th. First class mail has to be sent by December 17th. Priority mail by December 18th. And priority mail express service by December 23rd to ensure an on-time Christmas delivery. So there you go. And if you live in Hawaii or Alaska and you're listening on the app, well, they say you might want to get your stuff in early. Also, if you're sending something to somebody overseas or in the military, make sure you get it out early as well. All right, when we come back, I want to talk about Cyber Monday, because for a lot of people, today really is their Black Friday. They're like, there's no way I'm going to go with those crowds of people into a store last Friday. I'm waiting until Cyber Monday, where I can just sit in my jammies and my bunny slippers and figure out what I want for everybody for Christmas today online. Now, here's the deal. Yes, you can get some great holiday bargains today, but how do you make sure you're not getting scammed? Jim's got some insight for us coming up in just a couple of minutes. But right now, let's take another look at your drive, this time to the 215.
And a little bit of good news for the drive in Moreno Valley. On the northbound side, before the Moreno Valley interchange, where the 215 and 60 come together, it's a crash that's been cleared from the left lane, although still heavy for your drive getting out of Moreno Valley from before Cactus with unrelated slowing continuing ahead toward UCR. Southbound side of the 215 in DeVore near Palm Avenue, it's a crash has the right lane shut down and cleaned up work from an earlier big rig fire. Definitely seeing some heavy delays for you there. As you make way through the Placentia area, northbound side of the 57 at Chapman Avenue, all northbound lanes are still shut down. Seeing a rough ride from Lincoln before the 91. Go ahead and plan for either State College or Harbor Boulevard or Silver Street, Alton, Imperial Highway will also save you a bit of time this morning. And ongoing problems for your drive in Longview, 710 southbound at the 405. It's a crash that has all southbound lanes shut down. You're being diverted onto the 405 north and south. Take the 405 south as an alternate. That'll get you reconnected with the 710 heavy for you right now, leaving Del Amo Boulevard. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick O'Keefe.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex 12 Hour. Did you know that doctors use Mucinex? That's right. Mucinex is the #1 OTC brand doctors trust for themselves and their families. So with cold and flu season upon us, why would you use anything else? Grab Mucinex and put yourself back in control. Available at CVS.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
USC found their next marquee football coach in Lincoln Riley. Riley said leaving Oklahoma was one of the most difficult decisions in his life. He replaces Clay Helton, who was fired in September. Riley joins the Trojans with an impressive resume. He led the Sooners to 3 college football playoff appearances in his first 4 seasons with OU. And in the NFL, the Rams fell to the Packers, losing their 3rd straight. The Chargers lost to the Broncos. I'm Misty Jordan.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot and millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
If you have a small business, you know having efficient equipment is essential. SoCal Gas is here to help with small business rebates on qualifying energy-saving natural gas equipment. Save up to $1,000 on tankless hot water heaters, commercial fryers, and more. They're committed to helping you meet and exceed the challenges of being a small business owner. Not only will your small business save by using these rebates, but having energy-efficient equipment could stack up savings for years to come. See how they can help by visiting SoCalGas.com/business rebate.
Every year, our team provides food and toys for less fortunate families. Hello, my name is John Okoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I remember one Christmas when my dad didn't have any work, and we didn't have any money. I can still recall the look of shame on his face when my brother and I only had one present to open. I was a brat and said something I shouldn't have. To this day, I am still sorry for what I said to my dad. I was selfish and I wish I could take it all back. So I know what it's like for some families. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to make Christmas special. So all this month, we are donating a portion of every plumbing and drain cleaning service we do to families in need. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from our family to yours. Thank you.
CO 102-8886.
Unjoke your sleep at Mattress Firm's Cyber Week sale and wake up a better you. Shop in-store or online and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America. And you can shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Unjoke your sleep only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. See details at mattressfirm.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone, but you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455 Tracy Road, Suite 500, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
This Thanksgiving, Sit and Sleep wants to prevent you from buying a real turkey, the wrong mattress. So come to Sit and Sleep's extended Black Friday sale and get fitted for just the right mattress with our bed match technology. Save 50% off select Sealy, Beautyrest, and Kingstown. Plus get $500 off Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. And with your good credit, get interest-free financing for 36 months with your minimum monthly payment. So this year, make sure the only turkey you buy is the one you eat, not the wrong mattress during Sit and Sleep's extended Black Friday sale.
Medicare annual enrollment is now here. It's open. And whether you're about to sign up for Medicare or you're already on a plan, navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. So let me suggest calling AGAMedicareOptions.com. Their agents will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your unique situation and budget. All the agents are local. They live and work right here in Southern California. You get an agent assigned to you who will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. Plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and changes occur every single year. So set up a benefit review to ensure you're still on the best plan, or you will be, and it's free. Call pound 250 on your cell and say the keyword My Medicare, pound 250 on the cell, and simply say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com. That's AGAMedicareOptions.com.
Over the last 30 years, 8 million U.S. service members have returned home after serving our country around the world. The biggest challenge a returning vet faces is getting back to everyday life, and a key to that is personal wellness. iHeartRadio has teamed up with some of America's biggest veteran organizations and programs to create Show Your Stripes, a one-stop destination for veterans and their families to find the resources they need. If you're a veteran facing challenges, or if you're looking out for the well-being of a veteran you know, visit showyourstripes.org today.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. All right, walk into the studio. There's a 7.5-foot Christmas tree in the corner.
And it is absolutely stunning.
It has like a zillion lights that are blinking, and it is gorgeous.
There is a Where's Waldo moment by the Grinch's head in the background.
Well, there you go. And I'm really difficult to find, by the way.
Bill Handel.
I'm somewhere in there, right?
Mornings from 6 to 10 on KFI.
Kfi Am 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Thanks for joining me on this Monday after your Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you had a great weekend. I posted some pictures. And yes, I am responsible for the cheese that you see in the photos from my Thanksgiving with my family. There might be hats involved. There might be some sort of turkey glasses involved. JJLKFI. Also, follow me on Instagram, JJLKFI, because in honor of Katarina's Club on Wednesday morning, KFI and Wake Up Call will be going live. Instagram Live, JJLKFI, the entire hour broadcast with some special guests will be live for you. So if you want to watch, you want to see what goes on, how the sausage is made, that's where you go. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LA County Health Department says it's working with agencies around the world on how to handle the Omicron variant of COVID-19. The Beverly Hills Police Department says it's increasing patrols in a neighborhood where anti-Semitic flyers were found in plastic bags. And as you've been hearing, USC has hired Oklahoma's Lincoln Riley to be its next football coach. Right now, let's get to your Biz Bites, brought to you by SoCal Gas. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/business rebates. Jim Ryan, I can't think of any more business that's going to be done on the internet today. It's Cyber Monday, and a lot of people say, forget Black Friday. I'm not going in with those crazies into the stores. I'm going to sit back in my PJs and do some Cyber Monday shopping.
Well, right, and people are going to do that to the tune of something like $11 billion this year. If you look back to the original Cyber Monday, probably 2005 is when you could first call it official. They collected $500 million in sales across the internet. Now it's going to be 20 times that much, at least today alone. At $10 billion, maybe $11 billion, depending. The Friday, Black Friday, this past Black Friday, for the first time in a long time, you had more business being done inside the brick and mortars than you did online. So there seems to be a pretty good mix this year of physical shopping and virtual shopping, Jen.
Yeah, and I'm sure the retailers love hearing that because, yes, they want you back in the stores, but they also want you, hey, maybe they want you to come into their store last Friday, and then they want you to think, ooh, but I wonder if maybe some sales are going to be even better on Cyber Monday, so they get the best of both worlds.
Exactly, and what's more, a lot of the brick and mortars now are working as an adjunct to their online presence. So in other words, you can place your order online through whichever retailer and then go pick up the item at the physical store. So you're seeing that kind of hybrid at work out there in the retail industry, Jen.
Okay, all that is great news, but when you go online on Cyber Monday, a lot of people are going to see things like out of stock or not available by Christmas, that sort of thing. And that's when you start to scramble and you think, oh, but little Johnny wants that, special whatever, G.I. Joe doll. I've got to find it. And that's when you start to get nervous, and that's where the scammers can start to come in and grab you.
Yeah, your guard is dropped down, you get into a hurry, you're in a rush, you're desperate to find that special gift out there, and you maybe put it in the wrong website. Let's say you're going to Walmart, you use 2 L's or something, and you end up on a completely different website that is offering to sell you that item, but doesn't even exist. Just be very careful, slow down a bit in terms of typing those websites. And by the way, in terms of the bargains that you're seeing out there, be skeptical as to whether it's a legitimate bargain, especially if it's a deep discount that you know just can't be true. So, yeah, just slow down a bit. You may find that gift, maybe you won't, but at least you won't lose any money.
And, I think that's the thing, that the slow down a little bit is great advice, because a lot of people think, oh, it's Cyber Monday, so maybe the deal's only going to be out there for an hour or two, and then it goes away. Don't scramble, because it's not worth it.
Right, don't scramble. And in a lot of cases, those bargains are closed-ended. They may end after an hour or so. So if you lose it, big deal. Maybe try looking either at a different site, a different legitimate site, or waiting until that item goes on sale on that specific site again. The other good advice I'm hearing is to use a credit card when you make those purchases. Don't use your debit card. Don't use, money orders or some other kinds of transfer that's hard to trace. The credit cards are easy to trace. So if you make a purchase from some site that turns out to be fake, then your credit card should be there to back you up, the credit card company.
That's a great point, that they're going to be able to flag it probably better than you would. Also, they're going to have a whole lot more. If you get scammed or whatever and they're able to flag it, then you might actually get your money back, whereas if you use your debit card, chances are you're not going to get your money back.
No, you're right. And what's more, the company certainly the legitimate websites want to know if that kind of thing is going on out there, if they're being spoofed or people are out there typo squatting on something that looks like their website. They want to know about it so that they can try to shut them down through legal means.
Is there any certain website that you should go to? And it would be like HTTPS. Is that the most secure one? Don't go to these ones that maybe don't start with that.
Well, yeah. You look for at the side of the web address. If you look there in the window, there's a little lock symbol just to the left of the web address, and that is supposed to mean that it is a secure website. Now, can that be spoofed or fake? I'm not quite sure, but that may be the best indicator that it is a good site. The little lock symbol there. But in terms of HTTPS and colon, I'm not quite sure, but there are easier ways to spot it.
All right, so just look for that little lock, and hopefully you're good to go. Jim, buy me something fun for Christmas.
You got it. On the way.
I'm sure. I'll be waiting for it. Thank you so much, Jim. Have a great day.
Long time.
See ya. This is KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles. Jeff, you're welcome to buy me something too. Totally okay.
You know what? Don't forget too about walking into your local store. It's always a good idea. That's for sure. You got it. Going into you wherever you are. I just want to give you a heads up there. Right now, through the holidays, it's going to be LA traffic time. That's for sure. So be on your game. Got to get right to some problems. First, the one across the valley, no problems at all. There's a minor problem eastbound, just past the 405 Boulevard over to the shoulder. Be careful. Now, to Long Beach.
Hey, Jack.
405, a long plane problem with cars, lanes blocked, delays approaching now if you're coming away from the 5, so just be ready for that. We're over the 710 right now, as a matter of fact. That's even over the 105, and no brake lights to be seen yet, but be aware, down by the 405. Leaving Orange County, a huge problem. North 57 at Chapman, all lanes are shut down, all lanes. The bottom line here, any surface street that you can use, get on the North 57 at Yorba Linda, and you are north of the problems on your way. And right around the corner, East 91 is State College, just before you get to the bad crash there with a backup through Harbor Boulevard. We'll get to all of these and let you know how to get them around them. So the important stuff.
He's the primary member of the Disney's Island.
KFI in the sky.